We know that, say, the floods in Houston, we know that those floods in Houston were made worse because of climate. We know that. So we keep on messing with Mother Nature. Look at our storms. Our storms are stronger now. It's hotter for longer periods of time in certain places, colder in other places. And the scientists are telling us it's a result of what? Weather, climate change. So we ignore that. That's not God punishing us. That's Mother Nature saying, you're doing this to yourselves. So in Houston, this is what we found out. That a lot of those homes were flooded. Those homes were built in a flood zone. That they've overbuilt, because in Texas they don't have any of the regulations. I know here in California we get tired of some of our regulations. But in California there's certain things we cannot do. In Texas, there's all kinds of things you can do. So developers can develop in a flood zone. So what happens when it floods? Let me guess. It's going to flood whether the houses are there or not. And then if you overdevelop, there's nothing there in terms of what Mother Nature can do to absorb the water, to absorb. We've paved over everything. I said to Jack, I said, I love living in the Bay Area. I love it here. I grew up here. But we know one thing. Yeah, that we are on a plate. This is platonic, platonic science is real. Tectonics is real. That we are on a plate and there's another plate and these two plates are, yeah. And that every once in a while one plate goes under the other, and when that happens, what happens? Earthquake. I said, that's not God, that's Mother Nature. And while we call it a natural disaster, it really is a natural occurrence. So we're just rolling the dice. This is November the 18th? 18th. Look at this. If we were in Ohio, we'd be freezing our behinds off. Am I right? Yes. This is why we choose to stay here, okay? But we all know it's coming. That there's got to be an earthquake, and has nothing to do with whether or not God is happy with us or sad with us. It's Mother Nature doing what Mother Nature does periodically. Those fires up in Santa Rosa, in that whole region, tragic for us as human beings. But the reality is, that's how nature replenishes itself. Anyone who's a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout knows that fires are a natural occurrence in the woods. That those trees burn down and then other growth comes back. But if we've taken all those trees out in a fire zone and built homes in a fire zone, then what's going to burn? Homes. The homes. So, what I would say to the one asking the question, God is love. And that means that God cannot interfere with human freedom. I would also say that there are natural occurrences that happen that have nothing to do with God. And it's just our fate to be alive when that happens. Every person here was alive in 1989, I think. And if you were like me, you're getting ready to watch a baseball game between the A's and the Giants. And if you're like me, you heard about that Bay Bridge, you heard about the Cypress Freeway. That had nothing to do with the fact that God liked the A's or didn't like the Giants. It was what it was. Okay, so I'm supposed to give, a couple more and then I'll give you a break. Go for it.
Okay, I'm running batteries now, okay?
My question is, we were taught, that